Hey guys, welcome to the Retro Media Talk Podcast. I'm Steve Montgomery, and it's been a while. We're going to go over a 90s classic, and it's Legends of the Fall. So let's go over some facts about the movie, and then we got Steve Lego, co-host, coming in a little later to give us his take on the movie. We haven't talked about it, so I don't know what he's going to say, but I had recorded most of this podcast solo, but we found some time to get him on. And so, yeah, we'll check that out a little later. So let's get started.
Originally, Johnny Depp was considered for the role of Tristan Ludlow. I don't know what happened, but Brad Pitt got the role, and it really contributed to the box office success of the film. The Ludlow family dynamics are central to the film's plot, focusing on themes of love, loss, and betrayal. Anthony Hopkins, Aidan Quinn, and Henry Thomas play pivotal roles as family members. Let me just tell you, man, Anthony Hopkins was amazing in this film. I mean, I don't know why he didn't get an Oscar for this film. Blows my mind that he didn't. I mean, he is amazing. Just a fantastic actor. But we'll go over the actors here in a minute. Now, Legends of the Fall was released in 1994 and received mixed reviews from critics. Yeah, the critics suck. They don't know a good movie when it hits them in the ass. While some praised the performances and visuals, others found fault with the film's melodramatic elements. That's a critic for you. Despite mixed critical reviews, the film gained a strong following over the years and has become a cult classic. It is often remembered for its sweeping landscapes, emotional storytelling, and powerful performances. Okay, so expecting a romantic, good-feeling film, I was kind of going into like all fluffy and, you know, romantic. I could not remember this film. Like, you feel the emotion. You feel all kinds of things for the characters. It's very tragic in a good way because it deals with, you know, real struggles, real life, what can happen in war. So it has a lot of great war elements. You know, it deals with loss. So you're on a roller coaster ride with this film. Is it depressing? No and yes. There are some parts in there that you're like, man, you know, but you got to take it as this is supposed to be real. So not everything is built up on, like, you know, fluffy clouds and roses. Okay, so let me tell you, when I put on the Blu-ray, the picture looked fantastic. The picture looked absolutely stunning. The sound was great. I wore headphones when I watched it. I was totally immersed in the film right off the bat. And what I was expecting, I did not expect. I forgot all the tragic elements in the film. And I literally felt like I was on a roller coaster of emotion. There are parts where I teared up. There's parts where I'm not going to say it ends bad, but it ends correctly. It ends as you would expect. Tristan Ludlow, he's just, you know, the character that Brad Pitt plays. He's a wild man. He's got no fear. I love that. So the character's really built up on a guy that takes chances, but you know, at one point, something's going to stop him. He's probably not going to live forever because he's kind of, you know, on a death wish. I would say that the ending to Legends of the Fall ends with a perfect ending to such a tragic roller coaster of a film. You're not only going to get tragedy, but you're going to get a love story. You're going to get, betrayal, some redemption. So the ending has a lot of great elements to it as far as forgiveness and closure. I don't want to give it away because I really think this movie you should experience without any spoilers. So let's go over who's in the film, because I really want to. I forgot this guy was even in there, and I was like, wait, he looks familiar. And yes, he did, because I watched E.T. Sometime last year. We did a podcast on it, and Henry Thomas, one of the brothers, he played Samuel Ludlow. He's in the film, and he does a great job. And so, yeah, Henry Thomas, the kid from E.T., he's been in another epic film called Gangs of New York. That was released in the early 2000s, so that was another kind of epic film. So he was in this TV series, The Fall of the House of Usher. He was in 8 episodes. He was in Pet Sematary, Bloodlines. Dr. Sleep. Now that was a good one. So here and there, he's been in some stuff, but nothing huge. Like nothing like E.T., Gangs in New York, and of course Legends of the Fall. So let's go on to the other one. Let's go on to Aidan Quinn. Fantastic actor. He played Alfred Ludlow. Did a incredible job in this. He's nominated for 2 Primetime Emmys. He was a nominee in Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, and 1986 nominee for An Early Frost. Don't know anything about those. He was born in Chicago, 1959. So I guess he's still alive. It doesn't say he's not. So he's known for Practical Magic, Benny and June, Flipped, Legends of the Fall, a few episodes of Law and Order, which I can't stand. And you would have thought he would have picked up a lot of big hits after Legends of the Fall. So let's go back. Nothing good recently. He's probably, not working as much or whatever, but let's see here. 1993, he was in a movie called Blank. I saw that one. Let's go way back. It's a movie called Stakeout, Desperately Seeking Susan, Reckless, The Mission. Let's see here. After Legends of the Fall, he was in a movie called Haunted. Never seen. Bunch of movies I don't even know what they are. In Dreams. I remember seeing that one. So pretty lackluster, really. Too bad. He's a really good actor. I would have expected something a little more epic. But let's see here. He does got a couple upcoming things, but they don't look good. Anthony Hopkins. We all know all the movies Anthony's been in, or a lot of those. Gosh dang, man. How old is Anthony now? Anthony from obviously The Silence of the Lambs. Excellent film. Hitchcock. Just, a ton of movies. We won't go over Anthony's full career. We will just say he won 2 Oscars. He's got 73 wins and 131 nominations. So I don't know what all the stuff he won, but 73 wins in different awards is pretty remarkable. A lot of people wonder if Legends of the Fall was a true story, and it absolutely was not. But you do feel that sense of reality watching it, of what living in that time, would have been like. Now, Edward Zwick, the director, let's go after him real quick. Then I'll come back to the actor. I got some issue going on with trying to load up something. Edward Zwick won 1 Oscar, and he's been nominated for 21 other nominations. He was nominated for Best Director on Legends of the Fall at the Golden Globes, and he was a 1990 nominee for Glory, starring Matthew Broderick. This is Broderick. Yeah. That's a good film. Another war film. He directed some TV. He did Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, Blood Diamond, Last Samurai, The Siege, Courage Under Fire. That's about it. After Legend of the Fall, a couple other no-name things that I never heard of. He did three episodes of 30-something. I don't know. About Last Night. Oh, yeah, About Last Night, 1986. I like that film. The Best Times, director. Another film that was from 1985. That's about it. He was director in a TV show called Family. It looks like his first directing job. So I don't remember. Oh, wait, I'm thinking The Best of Times. The Best Times. I don't know what this film is. But anyway, it's a drama. Oh, it's a TV series. Okay, that it. All right. From 1985. Never heard of it. Must not have lasted long. Let's go to Julia Ormond. She is the love interest in the film. She was born 1965. She's still alive. Okay, she was in The Walking Dead World Beyond. I did not know that. So that's interesting. She's been in some other stuff I never heard of. She was in Mad Men, 5 episodes. Let's keep going down. She's been in like CSI New York, Nurse Jackie. Yeah. Conspiracy. I don't know what that was. 2008. Oh, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. She was in that one. So she got to reunite with Brad Pitt. That's cool. Let's see here. What happened after Legends of the Fall? Oh, yes. She was in First Night with Richard Gere. I really like that film. That was from 1995. Might have to do that one. So not a whole lot of big projects that I can say or I can recognize on here. But, she's still working. Looks like so. All right, I'm not going to go through all the actors here, but let's go ahead and get Brad Pitt in here. I didn't know he won 2 Oscars. I really didn't. Another awesome epic film that Brad Pitt was in was Troy. I love that film. That was a great film. That was another epic film. So anyway, Brad Pitt, let's go through some of his. He's got so many. So first, let's see. He was an Oscar winner, best supporting role, best performance by an actor in a supporting role, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay, I can see that. He was good in that one. He was also a nominee for The Big Short. Yeah, I've seen that one. Winner Oscar, Best Motion Picture of the Year, 12 Years a Slave. I didn't know he was in that one. Never saw it. Best performance by an actor in a leading role, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And best actor in a supporting role, 12 Monkeys. Oh yeah, 96. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, last film he did was Babylon. I tried watching it, but I don't know. Ended up turning it off for some reason. Bullet Train, never finished that one. Ad Astra. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood must have been the last movie I watched with him. World War Z. Oh, I love that film. That was a good one. Okay, Troy came out in 2004, so there you go. Early 2000s was probably towards the end of the big epic kind of films like that. It seems like to me. I may be wrong, but it just seems like 90s to the mid 2000s was where it kind of tapered off. Okay, so before Legends of the Fall was Interview with the Vampire, and then right after Legends of the Fall, he did 7, and then 12 Monkeys, and then Sleepers, and then The Devil's Own. So yeah, Meet Joe Black, 7 Years Tibet, Being John Malkovich, Fight Club, Snatch, so Spy Game, I mean, Ocean's 11. He was in Friends TV series, I guess, one episode. Man, I mean, it's just nuts. So before Interview with the Vampire, he was in True Romance, The Favor, never heard of that one. California, that was a good one with a K. The River Runs Through It. He was in Tales from the Crypt, Cool World. I remember that one. That was a good one. Thelma and Louise. He really, I think that was his kind of where he was really getting noticed. Of course, I remember him way back in Cutting Class from 1989, that horror film. Freddy's Nightmares? Oh, TV series. Okay. Didn't know he was in that. Looks like he first showed up on Hunk in 1987, some film, I guess, Boy at the Beach, uncredited. He must have been just an extra. Then he was on Another World, 2 episodes of that. No Way Out. That was a good film. Party Guest, uncredited. So he was uncredited in a few of these films. Less Than Zero, he was a party goer, uncredited. Dallas, he was in 4 episodes. And then 21 Jump Street, 1 episode. After Head of the Class. Growing Pains, he was in 2 episodes. Cutting Class must have been his real, must have been the first film I actually recognized him on. I wonder how old he is now. He was born in 1963. Brad Pitt is actually 60 years old. If you can still look that good at 60, that's great. Anthony Hopkins, 86 years old. Wow. Aidan Quinn, 64 years old. Let's see. Hey, where was Brad Pitt? Oh, yeah, he was born in Oklahoma. That's right. Shawnee, Oklahoma. Okay. Julie Ormond, she's 59. Henry Thomas, he is 52 years old. Karina Lombard, Isabel 2, she's the older Isabel. She is 55 years old. Gordon Tutusis, he was the older Indian in the film. I didn't go over his bio, but he is actually he died 2011 at 69, and yeah, that's sad. How about Bart the Bear though? Bart lived 23 years old. The bear in the film, a trained Kodiak bear. He was born in 1977, the Baltimore Zoo. When Bart was 5 weeks old and weighed 5 pounds, he was sold to Doug and Lynn Seuss, who worked as animal trainers for films. The Seusses trained Bart using a reward and praise system. While still a cub, he appeared in the TV series The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams, playing Adams' companion bear as Ben as a cub. Oh man, I didn't know that was the same bear. After reaching adulthood, he made his film debut in the film Windwalker, released in 1981. He grew to 9 feet, 7.5 inches tall, and weighed, get this, 1,500 pounds throughout his life as an adult. Holy cow. Man, he only lived 23 years? He died in 2000, so not long after Legends of the Fall. But he was in 12 Monkeys. He was in the film The Bear, White Fang, On Deadly Ground, The Edge movie. I don't know how you train a bear, how you don't get freaked out filming with a bear. Man, that's amazing though. When it was released, some of the critics were not too keen on the film, obviously. And The budget was $30 million, but at the box office, it actually grossed domestically $160.6 million. So it was a success. It's not a film that glorifies war. You'll see in the film, the father is not, even though he worked for the government. This is Anthony Hopkins. He plays the Colonel William Ludlow. He leaves the army because he's sick of the betrayals of the United States government and what they did to the Native Americans. So he leaves the army, moves to a remote part of Montana, and he builds, a ranch and raises his family in that remote area. You have a Native American family that works with them, and they stay on the ranch, and there's also an outlaw that stays there and works there. What is that plane that just keeps flying around? It's like flying around in circles. I don't know what the hell is. If you hear a plane in the background, it's driving me nuts. It just keeps flying around. It won't go away. Now, John Toll, who won the Oscar for Best Cinematography, he also did another film that I plan on doing, and that's Braveheart. So he worked on that too. And I think I don't want to speculate here, but let me see. I thought he got an award for that one too. He won the Academy Award for Best Cinematography in both 1994 and 95 for Legends of the Fall and Braveheart. Yes, he won 2 awards in a row. That'd be enough for me to say, okay, I retire now. Go out on a high note. John Toll was born in 1952. I believe he's still alive. Yeah, he's age 71. Okay, the music for Legends of the Fall obviously is incredible. James Horner did a great job. It just amplifies that emotional feeling you get from watching the film. So the score is top notch. Yeah, Roger Ebert, he described the film as pretty good. Some other ones really downed it, but there were the majority of critics that gave it favorable. Okay, one thing I want to say, guys, when I watched the film all the way through, it went really quick. So if you get the Blu-ray, you got to check out the audio commentary. The audio commentary is just as entertaining as watching the film. I watched the film all the way through again on a different night, just listening to the audio commentary. It's so entertaining to listen to Brad Pitt and the director, and they explain they got in 3 fights on the film. They show you where they are, 3 arguments, and just the little tidbits that they share and open up about the film and about what they went through, and like they had to deal with weather conditions, different things like that. Really, it was tricky. It sounded like trying to get everything filmed and completed, within a time frame. When you got to deal with the natural elements and storms and different things like that. It's very interesting, entertaining audio commentary. So I wanted to throw that out at you. But let's go to critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I just want to read a few of these. One critic says the entire film plays like a commercial for Brad Pitt. You can imagine half the audience wondering, where can I get one of those? All right, we see misery, betrayal, heartbreak, ridiculous plot twists, and after he sustains a stroke, Hopkins apparently doing a composite impression of Popeye and Quasimodo. I mean, come on, man. These people are idiots. Here's Roger Ebert. This is a kind of big, robust Western love story that just begs to be filmed, which, come to think of it, it has been done. says Legend of the Fall is not a serious movie despite the profound sentiments of its narration, classical ironies of its plot. It is a high-class horse opera, emphasis on opera, with an abundance of operatic coincidences, passions, loves, losses, overwrought arias, and heart-wrenching soliloquies. Oh, whatever. On the basis, it is enormously entertaining, a throwback to the days when Hollywood didn't apologize for passionate stories involving three brothers whose fates are intertwined with that of a legendary woman, as they're all outlined against the big sky. That's his full review, I guess. He did give it 3 stars, which, for him is probably decent. Peter Travis, Rolling Stone. Though the Admiral Quinn has the toughest role, Pitt carries the picture. The blue-eyed boy who seemed a bit lost in Interview with a Vampire proves himself a bona fide movie star, stealing every scene he's in. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Steal every scene you're in? I mean, he's the star. But I would also argue Anthony Hopkins steals every scene he's in. Yeah, so it's mixed on here. Some people are just out of their minds on some of the reviews, but for the most part, the people love the film. I mean, you go on Amazon or whatever, those are the real critics. Okay, the runtime is 2 hours and 13 minutes. The Blu-ray is $12 on here presently. Let's see, top reviews. Let's go to most recent. Somebody gave it a bad review because something about closed caption on the DVD in Spanish on the bottom of the screen. I mean, why do people give a bad review on something obviously they can't figure out how to work their closed caption or whatever they do? I hate when people give bad reviews on like shipping problems or stuff like that. It's about the movie, not the way somebody, shipped the product. I would not give a movie a bad review because it was shipped wrong, or shipped badly. That's another issue. I like this review. Powerful and romantic family saga at the end of the Great American West. Masterful acting by an incredible cast. Compelling plotline, action, romance, historical accuracy, gorgeous setting. This movie has everything to engross every viewer. Inspiring, heartbreaking, exhilarating, and sometimes funny. Julia Ormond is achingly beautiful, and the young Brad Pitt oozes star power and sex appeal. The soaring scale and breadth of the picture and its lush accompanying soundtrack in the early 20th century West pulls at your emotions. It's Yellowstone with better acting, tighter plot, and less pettiness and greed. The compelling triumphs and tragedies of an American family against the breathtaking backdrop of the early 20th century America. This movie will stay with you for a while. I agree. It does stay with you for a while. And that's what, to me, makes a great movie. When you can watch a movie and sometimes forget it the next day. What was that movie about? I watched that movie, but I can't remember much about it. Yeah, it was okay, whatever. This movie really does stick with you, and that's what makes a good movie.
Hey guys, are you looking for the best non-toxic, fluoride-free toothpaste available? Well, I've got it. It's Coral Nano Silver Toothpaste, and you, right now, can get a discount using our special coupon code, STEVE92038. This toothpaste uses revolutionary, high-quality natural ingredients scientifically proven to keep your mouth fresh and clean without the use of harsh chemicals. All natural ingredients, none of the bad stuff. CORAL toothpaste.com. CORAL toothpaste.com. Steve 92038 and get 15% off any order. Steve 92038. All right, so here we are with Steve Lego. Steve, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, what's up, bro? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a really long time.
I mean, I can't believe we haven't done a podcast in what'd you say before, a year or something like that?
I think it's pretty much been almost a year. I think.
God. Well, we did have a podcast we did not release, so that we recorded and didn't release, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which we'll eventually release that. But yeah, that was sitting on the back burner. But yeah, so I wanted to get your take on Legends of the Fall. I did not know if you liked this film or not, or what, if you wanted to do it, but it came out in 94, and that was like a time where a lot of big, what do you call it? Drama, adventure type of movie, epic, cinematic,
big epic, yeah.
Films came out. I mean, you had Dances with Wolves, Dances with Wolves, not with the Wolves, that kicked off in 1990, which was a huge hit. Damn it. I thought I put this on notification. God, I hate when texts come through and I'm like freaking.
I have all my notifications turned off. That's why when people text or call, they're like, dude, I called you, I texted you. I'm like, I have no idea because I have all that stuff turned off because it annoys me.
I know, man. It's like I turned the volume down. It still goes off. I guess I gotta turn the whole notification thing off. Jeez. Drives me insane. I'll be recording a song or something and it goes off. I'm like, it's like I got to keep that cell phone probably in the other room. So anyway, so 1994, I think this was Brad Pitt's huge breakout role. What do you think?
Was it? I don't know. I never really followed Brad Pitt back then because I was just annoyed with the, all the girls swooning about him, so it just kind of annoyed me. So, I don't know. This is probably like one of his biggest ones. I think that all the chicks love, for sure.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie, regardless of whether Brad Pitt was in it, I mean, he's a horrible actor. Come on, he's just horrible. He's like a wooden statue.
Yeah, you didn't like him?
No, he's a horrible actor. When he cries, his crying is horrible. Yeah. Just everything. He's just, he only has a career because people find him attractive, really.
Well, I mean, I like a lot of his movies, but, as far as this movie though, I don't know. I thought he was good in it.
I mean, this is definitely probably one of his best.
You didn't like Legend? You didn't like Interview with a Vampire?
Hated that one. Couldn't stand it. Double whammy because
I haven't seen that in a long time though. But
weren't they like a little fruity in that movie too? There was something about that. I don't know. It just kind of got on my nerves.
I'd have to rewatch it. I don't know.
They were like sucking blood. I don't know. I don't know. It was just kind of fruity.
Yeah. What about Anthony Hopkins? How'd you like his role?
I liked his role. I mean, he's a good actor. I mean, I think a lot of people just know him for Hannibal Lecter, and personally, I think that's like his worst role. But I think he was great in this movie.
Who was your favorite character then, or did you have one?
I mean, I guess watching the movie, I mean, obviously probably Brad Pitt because he was the main character, right? If you don't like the main character, then you're just never going to make it to the movie.
Right.
Although I had a really hard time making it through the movie.
Did you?
It was putting me to sleep. Yeah.
For some reason, it did not. It held my attention, and the thing I didn't remember about the movie is how dark it was. I mean, it's a really tragic type of movie.
Yeah. Basically, Brad Pitt's a fuck up in this movie, right? He just everything he touches turns to shit. Is what really what it comes down to, right? He, he goes out as a kid when he wasn't supposed to, and tangles with a bear, and then he's basically fooling around with his brother's fiance, and then he manages to get him. Well, he doesn't get him killed, but he doesn't protect him out there. And then he comes home, and then he gets in a big scuffle with his other brother, and then interferes with his love affair, and then hooks up with the Indian chick, marries her, and gets her shot. And seriously,
that I did not remember. It was kind of shocking. I was like, holy shit, man! They didn't hold back in this movie. It kind of pulled at my heartstrings. Maybe not you, but I was just like, wow, I kind of felt that one.
Yeah, I remembered that she had gotten.
I didn't remember that.
I didn't remember how it happened. I kind of vaguely remember how it happened. I thought they just flat out shot her. I didn't remember that the bullets or something that ricocheted or whatever in that camera. And basically, it killed her.
That was nuts. But yeah, scenery was awesome. I thought. That's one thing I like about these movies is like, the scenery out in that, wilderness and stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of
definitely a 90s thing.
Yeah. A very epic landscapes, it's just, and one thing I really love is the music, and I don't know, it kind of it has a good theme to it. Sets a good tone.
There was one thing I noticed about the music, and I can't remember what particular scene it was, but they had like this, like theme kind of music going in. I think it was when he was messing with that bear at the beginning, and they had this like cinematic music playing in the background really low, but then they had like this weird like tapping. I'm like, what is that going on? Did you notice that in that scene? And I was like, this is like weird music for this scene.
Man, I'd have to listen to it again.
But yeah, I do remember thinking that.
I have the soundtrack. I'm trying to remember.
I was definitely thinking though when I was watching this movie that the score for this is nowhere even close to Last of the Mohicans.
Well, yeah, that's like one of my favorites. But this one was done by James Horner. He kind of is the guy that did a lot of epic films. He did Willow. I liked Willow back in the day. Let's see here. What was some?
Still never seen that movie.
Oh, you never seen Willow?
No.
Yeah, that was a great one. Of course, I haven't seen it in a long time. I just remember really loving it.
I know there's this, the little midget guy in Willow.
Yeah,
he had like a little comedy series a couple years back. Hilarious,
really,
it's hilarious. Oh. I think Ricky Gervais is involved in it. And so it's kind of like a comedy almost in the same vein as The Office UK. It's really, really funny.
Oh wow! So you like the movie? I don't want to give away the ending, in case people haven't watched it. But it kind of ends on how you would kind of imagine a tragedy ending. It is a tragedy, but it kind of comes full circle, I guess.
Yeah.
What's kind of expected from the beginning, in the end. I thought it was a good ending.
I think that they could have just ended it before that, but
probably.
As the Indian guy was narrating and talking about how he lived a long life and all that kind of stuff, and I think they could have. I think it almost seemed like it was it wasn't filmed really great or something. The way they did some kind of what I think they did is I think they blurred it out a little bit because well, we don't want to give away the ending, but I think they wanted to obscure what he looked like.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, James Horner also did Titanic. He did Braveheart, another great score. Cocoon. I was just looking at his
Cocoon.
Remember that movie?
Cocoon. Yeah.
Cocoon. That was a Ron Howard. Wasn't that a Ron Howard film?
Yeah. Ron Howard. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Those old people.
Yeah.
You know,
Mr. Diabetes.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, James Horner had a lot of big scores. Oh no, that was. I thought it was that one.
He's definitely in the top 3 or 5 for sure of composers of big blockbusters. I liked the movie. It wasn't like I was falling asleep because it was boring. It was kind of a long. What was it? 2 hours and 13 minutes. But there's just a lot of narration.
Yeah,
Indian guy talking and
right,
somebody else talking, and there's just a lot of stuff they could have cut out, I think. But
so I wanted to get your take on Legends of Fall. So I think it's a great film to go back and revisit from the 90s.
Oh yeah, I mean, I hadn't seen it since probably the mid 90s, so there was a lot of it I didn't remember. Some of it I did, but I mean, it was pretty good. Like I said, it's probably one of Brad Pitt's better movies. A little long, and there's a few things in there I just didn't. I mean, why did the what's her name, the chick, Julia Ormond?
Oh yeah.
Why did she? I don't understand why she chopped her hair off and then.
I don't know.
And did what she did. I just.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. I think somebody that what's his name? Aidan? Is it Aidan Quinn?
Aidan Quinn, yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Yeah.
He's kind of like one of those guys that he's been in a ton of things and he just never really became like this huge star, but I think he was pretty good. I didn't believe for 1 second, by the way, that Elliot from E.T. was that he could pull that chick. You know what I mean? It's just you knew that was never going to pan out. I'm like, no.
I forgot he was in it too. I was watching. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, that's Henry. What's his name? Henry Thomas. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, he didn't last long. I was like, man, I thought he'd have a longer role, but they didn't hold back from killing people in this movie, though. I mean,
no,
one thing to note: the 4K is coming out December 3rd, I think, and that will make it the 30th anniversary. Unlock the natural wellness with apricot seeds. With about 1,500 seeds in each container, you have a rich source of B17 laetrile, which many believe supports health in many ways. Each seed is a step forward, embracing a healthier lifestyle, carefully selected and tested to ensure you get the best nature offers. If you want 10% off these bitter raw apricot seeds that are non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, raw, and kosher, use our special coupon code HEALTHYLIFE to get 10% off. Healthy Life to get 10% off these amazing apricot seeds. Visit rncstore.com, rncstore.com, and use the coupon code HEALTHYLIFE. This movie is quite old, and I can't believe it's been 30 years.
Yeah, it
But,
doesn't.
yeah.
It
I mean,
certainly doesn't seem
94,
like
I
it.
guess it is, but geez.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. Doesn't feel like a 30-year-old movie to me, you know?
No.
I mean, I watched it
No.
in Blu-ray. I thought the Blu-ray looked really good. So,
Uh-huh.
you know, I don't know what they're going to do with the 4K, but it could be a whole new experience. 4K, I don't know.
I doubt it. I had a digital copy of it. I don't remember
did you?
buying it. Yeah.
Okay.
I happened to just log on to my old Vudu account like about a month ago. I'm like, holy crap! I got about 10 movies here I paid for.
Yeah, nice.
It was on there
Yeah,
because
man.
it wasn't available free anywhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. So yeah, that's it, man. I just want to get your take on that film.
Like I said, you know, it's nothing. You know, it's a good movie. It's just, I mean, he's just not a very good actor. He's just not. I mean, there's some things that that he's done that I've enjoyed, but I like that last movie he was in, Ad Astra.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
It was a really good movie. I liked him in Troy.
Oh yeah, Troy. I love Troy.
You know, I liked him in that movie where he was like in the tank. He was like a tank commander.
Oh yeah,
That was a good one. And there's another one which was really good, which came out a few years back, where like it takes place during like World War II, I believe, and him and this chick I think are like spies.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
That was a.
So
that
what
was a
you're
really,
saying? So what you're saying is he got better with age.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely, definitely.
Well, I'll tell you, his first film, I think it was a 80s slasher or something back in the day. But his big film that I think put him
Fight
on
Club.
yeah, I think besides this film, I think Fight Club kind of amplified him.
I mean, for me though, honestly, when I think about it, my favorite role that he ever did was when he played the nut job in 12 Monkeys.
Oh yeah, 12 Monkeys. I did see that in theater. When did that came out? Right after, I think.
It was
Legends
definitely in
of
the
Fall.
90s.
Yeah, it was 95. So he had 7. Oh, 7. Of course, 7. Can't forget that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, he did the same crying act that he, when his found his wife's head in the box.
Well, that's true. Oh, Interview with the Vampire. That came out in 94, so that might have been his breakout role. I don't know. Oh, California. I forgot about that one. That was a good one. With the K,
Yeah.
California. That was a twisted kind of movie.
One of the first movies I think I ever saw him in was where he was super young, and he was like a high school track runner or something. Did you ever see that movie?
Well,
I mean, it's one of his first.
was it Cutting Class? That was the killer movie. It's like kind of a 80s slasher, but I can't remember what he was in that movie.
It's been a long time, but I mean, he was just. I mean, I bet he was like a teenager.
Okay.
I think the thing to put him on the map, though, if I remember correctly, was his little spot he had in Thelma and Louise. That's where, like,
Yeah, that's true.
the world, like, is like, who is this guy?
I did not like that movie. I thought that was a stupid movie.
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen it, the whole thing before.
Driving off a cliff, really? I mean, come on, man. That's stupid.
And probably though, when I think about it, and I'd forgotten about this, but another movie I really like of his is A River Runs Through It.
Yeah, I do like that one. That was a good one. Yeah. True Romance. Wait, which one was that?
That's
With
the one with what's
Christian
his name?
Slater. Yeah, I remember that one.
I mean, yeah, looking at his discography, he's made some pretty good movies. Because I even liked Sleepers was a great movie. as well.
Sleepers, yeah, that was a good one.
I went to I took a girlfriend back in the '90s to go. I don't know why, because I fell asleep very quickly, to go see 7 Years in Tibet.
Oh, really? I never saw that one.
Yeah, don't bother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, later on, I mean, I tell you one movie I really like was World War Z. The zombie one.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. And I'm really, well, I think they have made like some kind of a sequel to that, but I mean, he wasn't included in it, but probably doesn't want to get into some kind of franchise like that. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, all right, Lego. Well, thanks for coming on. So yeah, I've got part of this podcast already recorded, so we're going to let you go, and we'll talk to you on the next one, bro.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I'm Steve with Retro Media Talk, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.